Good morning, everyone. This is my morning message series with Keeping It Crystal Tarot. That's me. We are going to see what message you need to hear, and no matter when these messages find you, I hope there is something that you could take away from them. So without further ado, let's get into today's message. I am asking to connect to my guides, angels, ancestors, archangels, any other higher divine beings, gods, goddesses, and deities, to please use me as a channel and messenger for any divine guidance or wisdom that my collective might be needing to hear through me. Please protect my energy as well as my son's energy as we are sitting here for this reading. I am asking to be a channel and a voice for the divine, and any unaligned energies are not welcome in this moment. Thank you, Spirit, for trusting me to be in this moment with energy and the time to be able to sit down and do so. I am grateful that I am starting to get back into a routine again. Hopefully this message finds any and all who need to hear it, and thank you, Spirit, for giving me the gifts to do so. Okay, today I'm going to be using the Tarot of Mystical Moments, a wonderful gift from one of my regulars. I am so very grateful for all the lovely people who send me decks and everything like that. It is truly a blessing to be able to do what I do. All right, let's see. What does my collective need to hear in their highest and best good, Spirit? What does my collective need to hear in their highest and best good? The Five of Pentacles as a blockage. The High Priestess. The Sun. Oh, that's beautiful. The imagery on these cards are immaculate because the person who created this deck is also an artist. So if you are a reader who goes off of imagery of the cards, I would highly recommend this deck. You know, not everybody reads the same way, so that's why I like showing the decks too. See if it pulls you guys into anything if you happen to also read for yourself. So, Five of Pentacles as a blockage, High Priestess, the Sun, and the King of Pentacles with the Nine of Cups on the bottom. Wow. I think you're trying to figure out what truly satisfies you and brings you joy in this life. I don't think that you exactly know what brings you true pleasure. And with this Five of Pentacles in reverse, it almost makes it seem like there's a cage on here, you know, and it's empty. Well, it's not necessarily empty. There's a flower growing on the inside, but her hair is branches or roots, actually, it looks more like. Oh. See, there's so much to see on the imagery of these cards. It's insane. But it almost seems like there's something that wants. There's this yearning to grow, or there's this yearning to progress, or there's this yearning to bloom, even. And you might still feel like this emptiness inside. You might still feel like you need more growing to be able to allow yourself to be happy, to allow yourself to have pleasure. And I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think you might be a little more private with your life right now with this High Priestess. You know, this card also talks about privacy, as well as psychic ability, as well as telepathic ability. Your connection with your higher self might be on the forefront right now. You know, you might be really trying to figure out who you are at the core of things, what your soul really wants out of this life. And you might keep those things very closed like close to the chest. Like, you might not let people in on these thoughts, these feelings, and where your mind wanders at night. You might not let people really in on that part of yourself. You might be an extremely private person on what happens to you personally. But your optimism, I definitely think, is going to lend a helping hand to you in the near future, if it's not already doing so. You might have these little sparks of joy and these little moments where you're like, damn, that feels good. And that's what happiness and joy and pleasure feel like. And that might be something that you're starting to see, and it's like, can I really allow myself to have that? Can I really allow myself to indulge in that? But it's there. It's there for a reason. It's there because you're allowed to experience it. It's there because you're supposed to experience it. And you shouldn't allow yourself to feel like that's not for you, or that's not within reach, just because certain experiences have made you feel more sad or more morbid or more disappointed, honestly. Because this King of Pentacles, it shows that you have really created a sense of stability and a sense of self-awareness in yourself. Like, I don't know why. Well, I guess I said self-awareness for a reason. Maybe you are very aware of the things that you know that are holding you back, or the things that make you feel like things will be taken away from you easily, or if you're happy, it's not going to last forever. Like, maybe those are things that you've known about yourself, or you've known that you do, you know. Releasing yourself from victimization is a big thing. You know, I think at a certain point in our healing journey, we all self-victimize. We all self-blame, we all self-victimize, and then we turn to the blaming others. But that's where the accountability thing comes in, and that might be something that you're doing. King of Pentacles actually does talk about accountability. And I find it so interesting that he is like balancing on the horns of this deer. These coins, these pentacles say Caesar. So I think you have a lot more power in you than you might even allow yourself to believe. And that might be something that you're just starting to get in control, or you're starting to come to grips with, is like, hey, like, there's a lot more that I can do, and maybe I was just so set on something that I shouldn't do that it didn't give me room to allow whatever else makes me happy, whatever else gives me inspiration, joy, satisfaction. Those things are around. Those things are there. It just might not be the one thing that you're putting action behind. But I think that you do have dreams at night about like feeling happy and doing things that make you happy, and you might not allow yourself to do that in our real world here. Your dream space might be extremely full and vivid, and you might need to ground that into reality. It's not just a dream space for you. It is something that you can turn into a King of Pentacles. You can make that your reality. The Pentacles is also about the physical space of Earth. So the High Priestess is about your mind space, your higher self. There are wants, there are desires, there are things that your soul wants and that your higher self might be leading you towards. Things that make you excited. But there might be things that you don't allow yourself to act upon based on that blockage of that Five of Pentacles. Have I grown enough? Have I done enough? Why does that matter? Why does that matter? If you want it, there's a reason why you want it. And if you keep working towards it, you'll get it. This is a message of urging you to do what makes you happy. This is a message of telling you not to give up because you felt like things were taken away from you in the past. On this High Priestess, there's a ship there's water at the bottom, and there's a ship that's flowing, and it almost looks like it's hitting like a high wave, you know. So maybe you got knocked over one time before. Maybe you feel like you've just your journey has been too turbulent. It's been too much. It's been up and down. But there is going to be a time where things settle and the journey is going to be a breeze. It's not always going to be full of ruckus and, I had another word in my mind, but it slipped. It's not always going to be chaos. It's not. And that might be something that you're holding on to that's preventing you from allowing real happiness on the forefront. The sun also talks about illumination. So there might be parts about yourself that you need to learn, you need to understand, and you need to talk to in order to uncover what that is. Because the King of Pentacles says that you will be secure in this when it comes. You will be secure in it when you find it. And this also says that you need to trust that you know who you are and that you can really manifest that beautiful thing for yourself. So trust that you're doing the right thing. Trust that you're in the right space at the right time doing the right thing. Alright? So I'm going to leave your message here. Thank you as always for trusting and allowing me to read for you. Like this video if you liked it. Comment down below if anything specifically resonated for you. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.